alcoholism started in high school, but it definitely got more serious in my early 20s. I became an everyday drinker, but then shortly into like the last year of my drinking, it became an all day, everyday thing where I ended up losing jobs, family, relationships, everything that I kind of stood for. I just really couldn't function in life anymore. And the desperation and really just trying to get through each day and not wanting to be here, that was really what kind of led me into treatment.
It was just an overwhelming of fear. Every time we saw her, we were like, is she going to be alive tomorrow? What can we do? What do we need to do? Where do we go from here? And we just knew that if we didn't attempt to do something, that we were not going to have her much longer. When she was in her strongest part of her addiction, we could tell that she didn't want to be there either. And we weren't certain how we were going to, or what we were going to do to help her through this. But at that point in time, we all just knew that something had to happen, and it had to happen now.
I was utterly terrified. I remember on the way up there at one point turning to my mom and going, "No, I can do this alone. We don't have to go. I'll figure it out. I can do this." And she was like, "No, we're going." And when I got up there, I was crying and shaking. And of course, I didn't feel good. But once they started walking me over to where I was going to be at with the nursing station, a woman that was currently in there saw me and ran up to me and talked to me and hugged me and held me while I cried. And it was the moment where internally, I didn't know what it was going to look like. And I was really scared. At the same time, that brought me peace. And all the nursing staff and the admitting staff was so kind and non-shaming that it was really great.
We knew that this was something that had to happen, or we weren't going to ever have her again. So it was a situation where everyone up there was just so comforting and so reassuring. You know, they were just behind us all the way. As Alyssa said, she cried all the way up. We tried to be strong for her, and we cried all the way down. So it was very struggling.
It was the first time that I had ever really learned about the disease of addiction. It opened up this door for me to be able to process through some of that and look at the skills for moving forward. It was just completely eye-opening in terms of really getting to know myself and my alcoholism.
At the beginning, we were just in a fog. We weren't sure where we were supposed to go, what we were supposed to do. As time went on, when she was up there learning about Al-Anon and learning about the Harmony Aftercare program that's provided, my husband and I jumped into that very, very quickly. But it, like I said, knowing that she was safe and that she was getting what she needed gave us the opportunity for us to kind of be at a point where we could sleep for a little bit. We could kind of process what was going on or not going on, or what we needed to do going forward. It was going to be a long road ahead. I would say key was learning that it was a disease, and just having someone just keep telling you that and keep telling you that, because I think as an involved parent, as my husband and I, thought we were just like, why didn't we see this? Why couldn't we fix her? Why couldn't we control it? And just knowing that they were there for us to say, no, this is a disease, and that we did our best, and not always are we able to see those signs and where to go. So that she was in a perfect place and we were in a perfect place.
Proud to say today that I have over 6 years of sobriety. I would have never imagined that in my wildest dreams. Today, I think the most important piece of who I am is that I finally found out who I am, and I get to be proud of that every day. I don't live with this shame that I had when I was drinking. I grabbed onto the 12-step program, which was introduced to me at Harmony, and I've held on to that ever since. And now I graduated with a master's degree, and I work in the field of behavioral health, which is so near and dear to my heart because so much of my addiction was co-occurring. Life is still going to be life, and I have ups and downs, and I don't have to drink or use over that.
I just have to give thanks to so many people. We look at life, I have to say, in a very much a different light. Our aftercare, we feel like the road that we've been down as a parent has been helpful with those who could use a shoulder to know that they're not alone. My husband and I, we had each other during the struggling times, and now the three of us can be together in a time of joy and celebration.
When I was first, going into treatment, it was a sense of desperation. I knew that I couldn't continue on doing what I was doing. So I would tell people, try it. If you have a chance to go, you're not going to lose anything. If anything, you're just going to gain more.
To know that you're not alone, not to be in so much denial. I used to keep thinking I could fix her, if my husband just did this, or if we just did a little more. And don't wait. I would say don't wait. So I would just have to say that by helping your loved one go through a program like this, being educated in the disease, being in support groups, whatever that looks like for them, whether it be aftercare, Al-Anon, however it looks, is that I would have to say it's what saved our family's life.
I'd say in general, there's not one day that goes by that I'm not first and foremost grateful for my sobriety, and I have to keep that at the forefront. I'm also grateful for the friends that I've made in this journey, and I'm grateful to have a higher power of my own understanding. Grateful for my spirituality is a huge step. And I'm grateful for the love and support that I've gotten along the way. A lot of individuals don't have the family support that I had, and I'm definitely eternally grateful for that. Lastly, my niece and nephew, they're just the cutest things ever, and I could not imagine my life without them.
First and foremost, it would be that she is still with us today, and then the rest just kind of falls into place. We were just grateful for everybody that was connected with Harmony, and her also bringing up just the friends that she has, and the people that stand by her or connected with her, and they stick with each other, and they're not alone, and they know. And the same with my husband and I. It's the connection we have with aftercare. It's the connection we have with just learning. Every step of the way, there's always more to learn, and there's always more to do, and always more to be grateful for.